Welcome to AP Spray Arts. For those of you who are spray paint artists or beginner spray paint artists, I'm going to give you a little lesson on how to make some money in spray paint art. Right here I was trying to do this moon technique where you spray down and you use some paper or card to spray it along, but I'm doing it on canvas, so of course the paint soaks in and didn't really work until I got a little bit more paint on there. So you'll see it start to work. See right there, kind of working. So keep a note when you watch the video online, keep a note what they're using as their medium. So yes, this is sort of a copy of a painting I saw online. Mine is way different from theirs. They've been doing this art for years and years and years. Me, by the time I was painting this, it was like a year and a half. My first version of this was at a trade show. I did it live right there, just because I wasn't getting many sales. It was outdoors, people were walking around, enjoying the warm weather, and I wasn't getting many sales, but I was getting people watching. So I just kept painting away, talking to friends, taking my time. By the time I finished it, I put it out on display. It was sold within probably 15 minutes. Is it because it's a great painting? Possibly, but it's because it has this one little tiny element in it. I'll get to that eventually. So, doing a wolf, howling at the moon. It's a really big wolf. It's kind of like, I don't know, shadow really, of what else is going to be in the video. So for this stencil here, it's printed out in plastic on a Cricut, so it cuts automatically. Some people print out pictures and then they cut it with a knife. You tell me in the comments, if you do spray paint art, what do you do? And what do you use? Do you use poster board to print out your stencils? Do you use plastic like this one was? What do you use? What makes it work red good for you? I'm pretty sure it's different for everybody, but this one I used a bit of plastic, and here I'm just drying it with a hair dryer because you got to get it dried in order to do other stuff. So I started doing trade shows shortly after I even started spray painting. I started spray painting in February of 2022, maybe January, somewhere in there. And then I started going in trade shows by like March. That was more the wife's idea than mine, really. She thought I was really good at it, but you know, I'm getting better all the time. Practice, 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 right? Now I really enjoy trade shows, but I prefer to actually paint live. If I'm not painting live, then I'm just sitting there bored and trying to sell paintings I've already painted. I'd rather paint live. They could see me doing it. They can ask me to paint something right away, and I do it. So these are the far off distant mountains. As you see at the bottom of my wolf head there, it's kind of squared off, but that is all going to disappear as I go along, and it's pretty cool to watch it just kind of vanish. Quick coat underneath the mountains. I got the tops done, using my hand to shield everything, and that's all done. Now here I come in with highlights, and this is a really cool part. I'm not great at doing mountains, but I'm practicing at it. And this one's really cool. I do something kind of what I think is really cool. So here I go and make this little hill here, and I bring the highlight down. The highlight is from the moon shining down onto the mountain, of course. And then you come back here and you look, and now it looks like that highest peak is way behind the front one. So to me, that's really cool. Now, as I got to the middle of the mountains, I wasn't really sure. Do I highlight both sides, one side? What do I do? So I, of course, tried to highlight both sides. But the beauty of the highlights is that when you're putting those in, you could almost make the mountain. You could put in a highlight where there is no peak, and you will actually make a different kind of mountain coming out. Mountains are one of those techniques that you are not going to get right away, and there are many different ways to do them. If you want me to try and do a tutorial about it, let me know in the comments, and I will do my best. Here I come with some mist, and then I'm going to have middle ground mountains. From here on out, the middle ground mountains and the foreground mountains, I don't put highlights in. My view is that the mountains behind are the ones being touched by the moon, and then these ones are kind of in the shadows of those big mountains behind. Gives you a little bit more picture of depth. Again, in the comments, let me know if I'm wrong. I did not go to art school, so if I'm wrong, please tell me and I will take any advice I can get. Are you still waiting for the part about how to make money at spray paint art? I'm getting to it. And it's going to be so simple. You're going to be, what are you doing? So a little bit more mist coming in. You see those splotches of white? I'm probably going to say this over and over again because I'm horrible at this part. Those splotches are probably because I did not shake up my cans well enough. Okay, here I wanted to show you, see those cuts in the wolf's neck there right above the mountains? Those were not in the actual template that I made. We printed out this template and it was crisp clear lines all the way around. So I cut in a little bit of fur in the neck, and then it's not in this one yet, but later on, or it's not in the cutout version of this one, but later on in another video, probably you'll see it, I've cut the bottom of the neck so it looks more like fur instead of just a straight line across. It's just a little extra thing. So see more white spots because I'm not shaking my cans well enough. Shake your cans, people. When you think you've shooken your cans enough and you're ready to paint, shake them again. And even in between spraying, shake, shake, shake. So here I go with the mountains in the front, or the rocks in the front, I guess is a better way of putting it. I've used some paper to make them in there, and then I've carved a little bit on that one corner there. You'll see why. And some waterfalls. Don't forget to have different sizes of waterfalls. And then I'm just putting a little bit of water in the front there. And as always, let me know in the comments if you like my commentary on my videos or not. If you want my videos shorter, some of them are long. I've got a whole bunch ready to go. They're going to be short. I'm trying to keep them below like 15 minutes, but some paintings just take a while. This one took a while, but I was able to speed it up a little bit and get it in there. So here I go, putting in a little bit of grass, some rocks, carving in some stuff. It's going to seem silly in a minute because I'm going to go through with some more mist fog paint, and you kind of lose some of it behind. And now I'm coming with trees. I felt really dumb doing these trees because I should have put trees on some of these mountains in the back. So now here I am putting trees in, and then realizing that I needed a little more trees in the back to give it a little more depth. These are supposed to be farther away trees. So there I am putting some in the back. So, but then you've got dark black on top of all this white misty stuff. So that doesn't really make much sense, right? So I felt kind of bad about that. Putting in some birds in the background. For some reason, I always mess up on birds. I think every painter has one or two things that they are not great at, or that they just don't seem to get. And birds, I always make one look a little weird. If you look at the one right above that peak, he looks a little weird. So here I come in with some more mist and stuff. And then, of course, the splash of the waterfalls come down. I like these foam brushes for trees and things. They're give you a nice, good peaks. So a little too much mist there in the bottom, so I'm carving out the trees again, but or the rock again, but you're gonna see why in a little bit. And here I didn't like that my mountains disappeared, so I tried to put them in a little bit more, and then I got to mist it over again. So, and there's some trees, of course. Are you ready to find out what is a trick to make some money at trade shows and stuff? Here it is. It's coming in. No, not the hairdryer. That guy right there. Wolves sell at trade shows. Sure, Planet Paintings sell too, Marvel characters, whatever you want to do. But I guarantee you, if you go to a trade show with 3 wolf paintings, you're going to sell all 3 wolf paintings. People love wolves. Wolves. This one sold right away. Every wolf painting I've ever done has pretty much sold right away. And they're pretty simple. A moon, waterfall, maybe a lake, a rock. They're not that hard. You're going to see more coming up as time goes on. You can go search them. Some of the other great guys have them. Tom Willie Wells, Sketch, Dex. amethysts, they all have wolf paintings, and I bet you they all would say that they sell very well. So we're coming up to the end of this video soon. That's my trick. Do some wolf paintings. You're going to make some money. Make sure the wolves pop like I'm going to do here. So I forgot to mention before. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell so that you're going to get notifications. There's my Siggy. I really do these wolf paintings for myself more than just for selling, but selling is a good perk to it all. So this week, make sure you do something for yourself. Let me know in the comments what that is, and I will see you next time.